So, hey guys, what's up? So, today, I know I've talked previously on this channel about the feature-length screenplay that I'm writing, and today I'm going to tell you all what this thing is about. So this is the first draft. It's really thick, as you can see. Got a lot of cutting to do. I've started this process already. It's a huge learning process. I've never done anything like this before. But this film is about a 18-year-old white rapper who goes by Cash Dollars, and it's the story of Cash as he's trying to push his new single and get famous before he graduates high school. Now, there are a lot of things that really motivated me to write this story that I found interesting. One of the things is just what a huge cultural force rap and hip-hop has become. It's just completely invaded pop music, and on pretty much every streaming site, it is the most streamed genre. And one of the most interesting things about that is most creators of hip-hop are black, and a lot of hip-hop's most prominent figures come from very, very lower class environments, but the main consumers of hip-hop, on the other hand, are white 18 to 22-year-old middle-class men. And that just fascinates me because there's this one culture that is very fascinated by this other culture, and hip-hop is where these two groups really intersect. And there's so many questions to be asked about what happens when those cultures collide like that. The other main thing I explore in this script is kind of where hip-hop is at right now. There's this huge divide between the older generation and the younger generation. The younger generation is now making more melodic music, sometimes more upbeat music, sometimes not as lyrical music, and the older generation feels like this isn't okay, this isn't hip-hop. The younger generation feels like the older people are putting them in this box, and the older generation doesn't feel properly respected. So there's a lot to explore in that regard. And then there's also just the fact that so many of these new hip-hop artists are getting fame at a much younger age. Every year, XXL magazine releases a list of 10 freshmen, which are basically artists that have made a huge impact very early on in their career. And this past year, I think 6 out of 10 of these artists were 21 or under at the time they were chosen, which is crazy. Social media and technology has really changed what it means to be an artist. Some of hip-hop's most prominent new figures just released their first few songs on SoundCloud, and just like that, one of the first songs they ever made goes crazy viral, and all of a sudden they're famous. And it got me to thinking what kind of message that sends to younger fans of hip-hop or younger people trying to get into the industry, because while a few of these people, their first stuff really does get them famous, that's not the majority, and most people have to work really hard for many years before they ever even get a taste of success in the music industry. But so many people right now just think that they're just going to put their first thing out there, and the first thing that they do is just going to be loved by everyone, and the harsh reality of the world is that's not always the case. So this story is going to capture what it's like to be a young, aspiring artist in today's hip-hop climate. So I was originally going to make this film a mockumentary like Spinal Tap or The Office, but I decided rather than repeat this same trope that we've seen over and over again, we kind of go for something similar, but instead of making it like documentary footage, we'd shoot the film like a normal narrative. But in addition to that, we would also help tell the story through our characters' YouTube videos, Snapchats, Facebook live streams, and just all aspects of his social media. Because just the reality of being a musician or even just a kid in this modern era is that you have to broadcast yourself and present a certain image of yourself online. So I thought it'd be really cool to help tell the story of this film through how the characters present themselves online. And then above all else, this story is really just a commentary on fame and the younger generation's kind of obsession with it. Because our main character, he kind of feels like an outcast. He kind of feels like he doesn't fit in, And he's chasing hip hop not because he loves it, but because he wants attention. And he thinks that having a lot of fans, having a lot of followers is equivalent to having love and having friendship. And so this film is going to explore what that means for this character and how that is going to change throughout the entire arc as he realizes that the friends that he has along the way really are going to mean a whole lot more to him than just having fans. So yeah, that's what this screenplay is all about. And again, I'm just in a process of reading through all this stuff, just cutting things down, making things better. There's some pretty cringeworthy stuff in here I'm trying to fix. Again, I'm learning a whole lot by doing this. My suggestion of the day is a video that's going to explain a little more for those of you who don't follow hip-hop, kind of what's going on with the older and the younger generation. This video is kind of a look into the mumble rap movement and how the older and the younger generation are kind of clashing over it. So you could check that out at the end. I'll have a link. And I'll see you tomorrow.
I got a thing for waiting to make a decision until I'm fresh out of options. Come in, God, do you copy? I'm having these episodes hoping that somebody's watching, but I always felt awesome. I always knew nothing could stop me. Even when dinner was ramen. I always knew nothing could top me. I'm good.